Hello, this is Kyle. Now, with the recent domination of Mercedes, a criticism that has been made of current Formula One is that it is too predictable. But hey, at least this year we have two drivers going for the championship, possibly even three depending on how the second half of the year goes for Ferrari. But anyway, this is going to be a quick countdown of drivers who didn't just win championships, they totally annihilated championships.
In fifth place, Sebastian Vettel. Vettel, of course, took 4 consecutive titles, but the years I'm focusing on are 2011 and 2013. In 2010, up until the final race, Vettel hadn't led the championship all season, but in 2011 he took the lead at the first race and never relinquished it. Button memorably passed Vettel when he made a mistake on the last lap of the Canadian Grand Prix, but that was to be a rare sight. Vettel usually controlled races from the front, and his performance at the very next race in Valencia was exceptional, but that was nothing compared to 2013, which saw him equal the record of 13 wins in a season. However, what really stood out was finishing the year with 9 straight wins. This was the period when he was booed on the podium and also became known for his celebratory donuts. In fourth place, Nigel Mansell. Like Vettel, Mansell won the 1992 championship in an Adrian Newey designed car, the FW14B, a development of the previous year's FW14, which had tempted Mansell out of retirement. The car was notable for its technological sophistication, as it featured innovations such as active suspension, traction control, and a semi-automatic gearbox. Mansell, runner-up in 1991, began the year with 5 wins in a row, making it clear that the FW14B would be consistently reliable and faster than any of the opposition. With 4 races still to run, Mansell had already delivered the title and would take 9 victories in total, but what was really incredible was Mansell's 14 pole positions, proving that no one was close to him on raw pace in 1992. He would leave F1 to join IndyCar the following year and take another title there. In third place, Alberto Ascari. Ferrari were expected to dominate in 1952, and indeed they did, winning every race that year. Their main rival, Alfa Romeo, had withdrawn, leaving no effective opposition in their place, and anticipating a Ferrari walkover, the organisers opened the championship up to Formula 2 cars in an attempt to make it more interesting. Ascari, Ferrari's team leader, missed the opening round to compete in the Indy 500, but upon his return at the Belgian Grand Prix he proceeded to win every single race and continued this strong form into 1953, setting a record of 9 victories back-to-back. It is interesting that although he easily won the 1952 and 1953 world titles, Ascari can't technically be considered a Formula 1 champion as the series was run to F2 regulations in both years. In second place, Michael Schumacher. You don't get to win 7 championships by lucky chance, so it is perhaps no surprise that he enjoyed years of dominance. As with Ascari, the Ferrari he was driving did have a lot to do with it, but could anyone else finish on the podium in all 17 races of a season? This was exactly what Michael did in 2002, the year that Ferrari scored the same number of points as every other team combined. Schumacher also took 11 victories, and he might have won more, but he gave some up to teammate Rubens Barrichello. 2003 was in relative terms a tricky season for Ferrari, although they still won both championships with Schumacher. However, in 2004 they were both once again unstoppable. Schumacher took 13 wins this time, a record which still stands, although later equalled by Vettel. This would prove to be his final championship success, and Ferrari have never quite been able to scale those heights again since.
And in first place, it has to be Jim Clark. During the 1.5 litre era, there were two names that quickly became synonymous with winning. One of them was Team Lotus, run by pioneering engineer and inventor Colin Chapman, and the other was their long-time lead driver Jim Clark. The way Clark won both his 1963 and 1965 titles was quite remarkable, taking the maximum points available on both occasions. Also, between 1964 and 65, Clark took victory in every event in which his car made it across the line. He even paused during 1965 to participate in and win the Indy 500. Brabham were better prepared for the 3-litre formula when it came in, but by 1968 Lotus had the Cosworth-powered Lotus 49, a car worthy of the championship. Clark won the opening round at South Africa and would likely have gone on to dominate again. As it was, he was killed in a Formula 2 crash at Hockenheim a few months later. One thing that makes Clark's championship successes stand out is the way that he showed his teammates up in those years, Trevor Taylor and Mike Spence, demonstrating the difference between the best of the best and a more average driver. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, check out my website and my Facebook page, and I'll see you next time.